Okay, so here is the 6-month update on the mulch. So there's the pile of mulch. I had 3 truckloads delivered. I've used about 2 of them. And as you can see with the cardboard and the thick layers of mulch, it has for the most part killed all the grass and kept it away. It has been during the winter months, so the grass isn't nearly as vigorous growing, but I hope when the summertime comes that it's still looking good. So here's some of the work I got done. Put some cardboard down and put it very thick. I'm gonna take out those bricks and put it right there so the weeds don't go in there. Got it over here. Putting it on top of this one just because I have it. And then this bed is looking really pretty. And so here I did the mulch much thinner, and as you can see there's still a few weeds, and I didn't put the cardboard down here, so that also didn't help. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. Let's get a little bit closer. So one thing I did notice with this mulch down is people do not like parking on grass, but they do not mind parking on mulch. So even if the driveway is open for people to park, they will park on my mulch, which would be fine, except my septic tank's right here. All right, so here are some of the plants that did come back. Now this is the spiderwort. So it's a native plant. It's really pretty, but it is kind of a vigorous grower. So this has been able to push its way through the cardboard and the mulch. And I have pulled up a few bits of Bermuda grass and Bahia, but for the most part, it is doing its job. So here I've got my ornamental plants and some driftwood. My tree branches right here that was separating the grass from the yard, those are decaying. So I've got lots of microbial activity right there, which I'm happy for. Here's some more of that spiderwort. It is an edible plant, but I've tried it and I didn't really like the taste of it. But the bees seem to love it when it does bloom. So for now, I will leave that. Okay, down here I've got the more ornamental pretty plants. These are our wandering Jew, some coleus, some succulents. That is some ground pea that I've put in there. I think I killed it mostly by putting the mulch over it, but it might come back, so we'll see if that's a good alternative for the grass. Got some dormant ginger in there, some more pretty flowers. Had some sweet potatoes. I'll have to dig around and see if the sweet potatoes are there. All right, but for the most part, I just wanted to show you that is how the yard looks. And there's the other neighbor's cat. All right, let me know if you guys think it's a good idea to get rid of your grass or what you have done instead. So here's the next project. So the rest of the mulch is going to go back here. As you can see in the back there, I already did put several loads of mulch, but the thing about mulch is it's organic and will break down. So it's great for the soil, but it does allow the weeds, once it's broken down, to grow back. So here I've got tons of Spanish needle. That's edible. It's very medicinal, but it can be a very vigorous grower. And then it has all those little seed pods like that. So those will stick to your clothes and they are quite annoying. So I tend to try and get rid of them, but the butterflies and the pollinators really love it. So I'm not too disappointed if some stay. Here's some of that cardboard that's trying to break down. All right, so here are my plants. Here are my weeds. I was hoping some of this frost would kill the weeds, but as you can see, they're very vigorous growers, and that's not the case. All right, so there is my to-do list right there. Add more mulch. And here I've got my nursery stock. So I went ahead and did the same thing. I put cardboard down and then put the mulch over top of it to kill the grass, and then put the nursery stock on top so it's nice and easy, and I hope it looks pretty decent for the people that stop by. And then I have my little neighbor's cat over here, and this is Bruce. He's really skittish. He's a feral cat, but let's see if we can get close. Hi, Bruce. He says, nope. I'm about 5 feet away, and that's about as close as I've ever gotten to him. Hi, bye, Bruce. So my kids see all the people that stop by for my nursery plants, and they see how much money is to be made, so they wanted to branch off into their own business. And here, she bought some worms. So she's going to start her own worm farm and sell the worm castings to my customers. I thought it was a fantastic idea. So my daughter saw that they were selling this bag of worm castings for $5 at a plant festival, and she wanted in on the business, so she bought some worms and she's going to try and make her own worm castings because, you know, selling poop for a bunch of money is a crazy idea to a kid. One of the benefits and problems from composting in place. So I threw out some old cherry tomatoes that were rotten, and as you can see, now I have this gorgeous tomato plant growing in the middle of my yard, and some pumpkins. Okay, so I wanted to show the difference that mulch can make. So here, nothing has been done to the soil. This is the plain Florida soil, and as you can see, it is just sand. It's dry. There's no organic matter to retain the moisture or the nutrients or really anything. So what you see right here is just weeds growing in it. All right, so we're gonna move back here to where there's been some soil amendments and organic matter added. Not too much was added because this I did typically buy, and so you can only buy so much bagged mulch for $3. Okay, so here we are digging down into it. There's a tree root there. Here, let's try here. All right, oh, see, yeah, that's perfect. So here is the plain Florida soil, very dry, powdery, and then here is that organic matter. Much darker, much richer, still has moisture in it. So that is why if you want to grow stuff, you need to incorporate a lot of organic matter into your soil. Not too much is usually happening in Florida in the winter, but citrus, specifically this finger lime, is doing fantastic. It's got all kinds of little baby finger limes on it. So this is exciting. These are delicious if you haven't ever had them.